Royal day, royal day, royal day, peace and abundance. Cosmic Mind UV is where you need to be. Hope all is well. Prepping Black youth in entrepreneurship. This is going to be a as brief as possible show. So make sure you share it out. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you donate to the channel. And we'll be back momentarily. Enjoy the beat. It's on repeat. Cosmic Mind UV. Let's get to it. Let's get with it. Preparing Black youth for entrepreneurship is a powerful strategy for promoting eco-economic empowerment, creativity, and community resilience. Here's an overview and guide to guide efforts in building entrepreneurial mindsets and skills among Black youth. Understanding the context. Before preparing Black youth for entrepreneurship, it's important to recognize the unique challenges they face or they may face. Systemic barriers, limited access to capital, mentorship, or networks. underrepresentation in entrepreneurship ecosystems, cultural bias in traditional business and finance sectors. These realities require intentional, and inclusive approaches to support success. Key pillars of preparation: education and skill building, entrepreneurship, education and or knowledge. You know, y'all make sure y'all watch the show I did on my YouTube page on education versus knowledge. So there's a difference. Okay, entrepreneurship, education or knowledge. Incorporate business basics, e.g., marketing, finance, product development into after school programs, high school programs, or youth organizations. Financial literacy, teach budgeting, saving, investing, and credit management to build a strong personal financial foundation. Digital skills, emphasize technology use, web design, e-commerce, social media marketing to thrive in the digital economy. B, mentorship and role models. Connect youth with Black entrepreneurs who can provide guidance, inspiration, and real world insights. Real world insights. Launch mentorship programs in partnership with local business owners or alumni networks. Invite guest speakers and host career days with successful entrepreneurs of color. C, access to resources, seed funding, or micro grants for youth-led business projects or startup ideas. Co-working spaces or innovation hubs for productive environments to brainstorm and build, basically think tanks, like a think tank environment, etc. Toolkits and templates, business plan, pitch deck, budgeting sheet or annual budgeting sheet, made accessible on online and offline. D, leadership and mindset development. Teach problem solving, critical thinking, and resilience. That's what this platform is for, man. Cosmic Mind UV, to teach all of that. Encourage a growth mindset. Failure is feedback, not defeat. That's excellent. Failure is feedback, not defeat. Promote self-confidence and identity empowerment. Promote self-confidence and identity empowerment. Representation matters in believing or knowing, quote unquote, I can do this. So that means they need to see representation of entrepreneurs, self-employed. You aren't able to be a worker and then, you see what I'm saying? All right, E, community and networking. Organize entrepreneurship fairs, pitch competition. Didn't I say do like a version of Shark Tank? I know I said that a few times. It might not have got out, you know what I'm saying? But I did say that. I think I did. I say everywhere and anywhere where there's successful melanin, indigenous, or whatever people, they could be doing their own version of youth Shark Tanks or things of that nature. Anyway, or whatever they will call it. You feel what I mean? Organize entrepreneurship fairs, pitch competitions, or showcase events. Create peer networks for collaboration and mutual support. So that's for the people that, well, how are they going to be with other children to do that? You know what I mean? There you go. Partner with churches, if that's your thing, community centers, schools, and local businesses to provide opportunities and visibility. Think about malls, shopping centers, boutiques, all that other stuff too. Universities and all that stuff. Uh, and then and if they are going to them schools, man, them facilities, man, that's why it would be cool, man. See, if your youth going to that school place, man, that should be their first customer base. You know what I'm saying? If they got if they doing all of their stuff at home or at the spot and getting all their products and all the labels all together, then you know what I'm saying, you talk to one of the administrators, the principal or the whoever, you know what I'm saying, the teacher, the principal, whoever, and then they could set up maybe part-time in the school, man, selling their products or goods or services or whatever, man. That could be their first customer base, man, especially if it's products and services that aren't limited to children. You know what I mean? It can help adults as well. You over dig me? That should be their first customer motherfucking base easily. You figure deal with me. So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I know back in the days, goddamn it, I was the candy man and the snack guy or whatever. You know what I mean? It's real easy to start like businesses, man, especially like snack businesses and shit. It's children online. Look at YouTube. It's children online making crazy solid money off of goddamn snacks. Now you could tweak it and do healthy snacks. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever your version is gonna be. Number 3, program ideas and models. Youth business incubators, a structured program offering training, mentorship, and startup funding. I know I said this before, man. Let me just be quiet. Just stay on track. We're gonna do a live after this, and then we can freestyle. Oh man, weekend or summer boot camps, intensive hands-on programs that end with a pitch or product demo. School-based clubs or electives. Entrepreneurial clubs where students learn and launch ideas during the school year. Salute to that one I don't know if it's a melanated school or whatever, but I think it's a melanated principal. I forget where it's located. It might be in Carolina somewhere. However, they have a youth bank, a children's bank, and they teaching them entrepreneurship and different things of that nature. So if your schools and shit aren't making them, fam, this is a business corporation place. You know what I mean? Like, this is what this shit is ran off of, B. So if they're not ready, at least at the hustler level, you see what I'm saying? If they're not ready to be at the mover and shaker level or something, I mean, they just gonna always be workers, fam. You know what I mean? We setting our children up to be workers because I say this often, and I know it sting. I was a worker, fam. You feel me? Now I'm working for myself. You know what I mean? That's all it is. It's just reversing this shit. You see what I mean? That's all. I was a goddamn hard worker, warehouse, tear your back up in your joints, your knees, and all this shit. You know what I mean? Whatever other work. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't think about that. Like truck driver, man, your back, your knees. You people say, well, they just sitting on the truck, man, bouncing up and down in that truck, man. That shit be fucking they back up for real. You know what I mean? Just different health stuff with going to these jobs. Anyway, so online platforms. Use apps, websites, or social media to provide learning content and connect with mentors. So when I made the statement on Facebook saying we have to make the youth intellectually and economically competitive, this means starting them in entrepreneurship early. It's so much, fam. It's business. Schools for children they got kidpreneur, man. It's just shit out here, fam. Fam, I mean, you just gotta just be lazy, not to at least run into something. It's just no way that you aren't able to just look some shit up in something that just sparks your brain into a higher level of imagination. Do you see what I'm saying? It's just impossible for me to even fathom that at this juncture. Number 4, measuring success. Track business launches, sales made, or prototypes developed. Evaluate confident growth, skill development, and educational outcomes. Follow long-term outcomes such as higher education and or knowledge, employment, or continued business activity. And see, that's why I always say I binge watch like Shark Tank and different entrepreneurial shows, and of course preppers and doomsday probably all this stuff. But the entrepreneur shows, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times, sometimes they might not, the person or who the child or whomever it is may not get a deal per se. They might get a deal as far as mentorship. You see what I'm saying? Because the product or service may be in the early phases. However, if it's a great or good enough, solid enough product and or service, they usually offer mentorship until it's, to the stages of, doing the grand opening or the sale or the launch or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Until it gets to those phases, you feel me? So that would be what the mentorship is for. So sometimes I keep saying, people don't want to pay. People be thinking like advice is just always supposed to be free, son. Like, this is your intellectual property, B. Like, and people just be thinking this shit is sweet out here. That's why I be saying donate. You know what I mean? Like, it's taking time and energy to do this, to put this stuff together. Anyway, collaborators and supporters. Nonprofits focus on youth or Black economic empowerment. NCAA, National Urban League, schools and universities, local government and business associations, philanthropic and corporate sponsors. Let's see. Different ethnic. Now watch this. Different ethnic and cultural communities often take unique, culturally informed approaches to preparing their youth for entrepreneurship. Here's an overview of how some groups cultivate entrepreneurial mindsets and behaviors, focusing on community values, access to resources, education and or knowledge, and support systems. See, so when we keep saying, so if we don't have that, this is the it's not, you gotta have community values, right? Access to resources, right? Then you have to have education and or knowledge and support systems. So if these are not put in place, then you're gonna see what's in your face. You know what I'm saying? What's going on right now? Asian communities, Chinese, e.g. Chinese, Indian, and or Korean. Okay, so we're covering that section. All right. Approach. This is their particular approach. Family-centered education and or knowledge-driven, long-term. Here we go. This is their models usually, and this is what we see in our face a lot. Family businesses. Many Asian youth grow up helping in family-owned restaurants, shops, or services, learning business firsthand. All right. Emphasis on STEM and business degrees. Strong encouragement to pursue technical or business education and or knowledge to build credibility and skills. Savings culture. Families often, now this is the vital part that's separating a lot of these other groups from Black people or copper tone or indigenous or whatever you consider your Indian, whatever you consider to be. This is the one of the major things that is separating and dividing and causing the wealth gap and all of this other stuff that goes on with Black people from other groups or ethnic groups or whatever other type of things we want to say. Families often pool resources. So when we're not able to go to these people we call family members and homies and colleagues and all of this shit, then yes, it's gonna take longer for your shit to get going. I mean, that's just basic remedial sense. You feel me? Families often pool, P-O-O-L, resources, or use rotating credit systems, e.g. HUI, however you pronounce that, chit funds, CIHCHIT, chit funds, to support ventures. So we got to look up what shit funds are. See what I'm saying? See they got their own shit going on. See what I'm saying? Okay. But the number one ingredient in that is family often. Not sometimes, not when they feel like it, not a little bit, not when the time is right and shit. No. They say families often pool resources or use rotating credit systems. So no matter what way we got to go, we gonna get this capital to do what we need to do. We gonna get this capital to do what we need to do. So if the banks and the credits ain't doing it, okay, then we should be able to look within. We should be able to look within our circles, octagons, squares, triangle, whatever shape you have or shapes you have, to be able to access some sort of either credit or resources or funding. Community, business, because why are we around each other? That's all I'm asking. Why are we around each other? We just gonna watch each other fucking struggle in different ways, whether it's mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, whatever, all of them, nutritionally, all of it. You hear me? Why are we around each other? We're not helping each other improve. And like I said, if we're not setting the youth up to be economically and intellectually competitive, it's a wrap. It's just a wrap. Community business networks, ethnic chambers of commerce, and industry groups like Indian or Korean business associations. See what I'm saying? They practice exclusivity on every level. Well, why it gotta just be black people? Because these other groups are, goddammit, just doing it for them. They just doing it for, it says, like Indian, we ain't talking about the $5 institute, so that's a whole nother subjective topic right there. Like Indian or Korean business associations support it says do what? It supports what? New entrepreneurs with advice, mentorship, and funding access. How do they keep having these Chinese stores around you? How do they keep having these bodegas around you? How do they keep having these beauty supply stores? The hotels, the motels, the gas stations, the gated marts, the fam. They not doing razzle dazzle. They not doing magic. You hear me? They just doing simple shit that black, melanin, indigenous, copper tone, whatever people refuse to do on a consistent basis. That's just, they doing simple ass shit. Then they set up other infrastructures within it. This is just, who is this group right here? This is the first group. This is Chinese, right? So why you keep having all these Chinese food stores? We got food deserts because it's owned by what? Majority of other group of motherfuckers. That's why. That, just like Ghana just gave up they just sold their port to China. Like, why in the dumbass? Well, we know why, because anyway, so that's a whole nother show. I gotta do a show on that dumbass stupidity ass shit. Okay, number 2, Jewish community. Let's get into this one. Now, we covered what? We covered Chinese, Indian, and Korean. Now, I know it's going to be left up to argument who's the Indians and shit. Well, we already know who the Indians. However, let's just keep playing with the game. Okay, number 2, Jewish communities. Approach. This is their approach. So we're breaking down the approach of each group. How they doing this shit? It's razzle dazzle. No, they doing simple ass shit that anybody can do, but motherfuckers refuse to do every year, every day. Approach: education and or knowledge, community support, and high financial literacy. High financial literacy. Watch this. This is the Jewish communities, okay? Entrepreneurial tradition, cultural emphasis on interdependence, trade, and professional ownership. Robust mentorship, strong intergenerational What does that mean? That means the uncles, the aunts, the cousins, the old heads, the veterans, the whoever y'all call them, OGs, all these parents and shit. This particular group, robust mentorship, strong intergenerational mentoring. What type of mentoring are y'all doing for your generation and y'all youth as far as black people overall? I know, we got some bright shining stars. However, we not about the individual. We got to do as a group, as a whole group. See, they're covering them as a group mostly. You hear me? You know, of course, they got a few slackers too. I'm pretty sure. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, they say overall, usually as a group. You feel? So, are our uncles, cousins, aunties, granddaddy, mama, cousin, whoever got access to the shit? You hear me? As far as the capital, not to get you indoctrinated, not to get you degrees and shit. No. It's gonna get you that startup. Just like I told you, that's why I did that show about what's the dude name? The Bill Gates and the other dude, how his parents linked him with the IBM because he had the computer idea and all that shit. You hear me? So it says intergenerational mentoring systems within the community. This is called infrastructure. The nuts and bolts to your success. Access to capital. Access to capital. Now these two groups have access to what? Mentorship and shit, support groups and shit, capital and shit. You hear me? And then mother wanna, why mother ain't here? Why black people don't do no entrepreneur? Why is no more children? Because we don't have that mentality. Most times. Either people want to hustle, get it out the mud, and all this, I don't want no handouts, I ain't asking for nobody for nothing. And I understand, yes, sometimes we go to people that don't share our fucking vision, don't share our intellectual capacity, don't share our etc. And so that's what usually the beings that we end up either having to be in the proximity of or around, or that's what's in our network circle. Okay, access to capital, community funds. This is community funds, angel investment groups. Oh man, and family connection. It's a family what? Connections are what? Often, not sometimes, not a little bit, are often used to support new what? What is it? New what? Ventures and shit. See, the last couple of lives I did, I've had to go back and still I say about a lot of our brothers, man, and sisters, man, or whatever y'all want to call yourselves, man. A lot of y'all, that's why I say you're functioning zombies. Because I've had to spend too much instances having to go back and forth with motherfuckers on shit that's no brainers. I mean, real shit. I've had to spend too many instances wasting energy when we could be talking about the ideas, investing, No. It's often wasted debating with motherfuckers that usually have way less savvy in the shit than you. But look, it says access to capital. Let me get this real quick because my phone battery. Access to capital. Community funds. That's one layer. That's one level, right? Then they have angel investment groups. That's the next level, right? And then the last level, or the whatever, first or last, whatever level, family connections are often used to support new ventures. So whatever new shit, whomever want to do, or nephew, whoever in the Jewish community, hey, they already ready to go. They already got the funds ready. Youth programs, institutions like the Jewish Community Center, JCC, offer leadership and entrepreneurship camps. So that's what I'm saying. When they go into these youth centers and all these places, are they what's going on? Okay, Latin / Hispanic communities. So if we want to know what all these groups are doing, because I did a show on this too, so you may well say this is part 2. Approach, family collaboration, resilience, and informal entrepreneurship. Okay, this is what? The Latin and Hispanic communities. Okay, They doing it right in front of our face, right in front of your face. They've been doing it for centuries. Micro entrepreneurship exposure. Youth often help informal businesses, e.g. food, sales, landscaping, construction, all right? Community learning. Programs like those run by Unidos US or Hispanic Chamber of Commerce offer youth business training. So they got Chamber of Commerce, they got it up in the governmental level. They got everything set in place, man. Cultural pride and creativity. Entrepreneurship is often linked to cultural expression, food, fashion, crafts, and media. Resilience and adaptability. Excellent. Many young Latin entrepreneurs build businesses despite systemic challenges. Isn't that something? So they got the same type of goddamn challenges, but they seem like they getting their shit running at much of a bigger clip, faster clip, ain't it? That's all I'm saying. And theirs lasts a little bit longer, doesn't it? A lot longer. You know what I mean? Language, immigration status, etc. Here we go. Middle Eastern and North African communities approach trade-based mindset, high parental involvement, cross-border thinking, generational businesses. Like in Asian communities, many youth grow up with parents or extended family who are shopkeepers, traders, or professionals. Import-export mentality, strong emphasis on global business thinking with links back to countries of origin. Cultural expectations. Encouragement towards owning businesses or professional services instead of working for others. Let's go back to that. I mean, I need you to let that shit sink in your brain, okay? Let it sink in your soul and shit. Wherever it need to sink in, wherever you comprehend that. All right. This is for who? Middle Eastern and North African. It says cultural expectations. This is the expectations. Empowerment towards owning businesses or professional services instead of working for others. So most African American Black people, their mentality is completely opposite. That shit is literally completely the fuck opposite. And this is why the others are ahead of them, they, those, or us in majority of most instances. Entrepreneur networks. Community and religious institutions often support business networking. Does your churches and all these people support that shit? Is they launching some businesses for the youth and all that shit? Or they just taking up all your money for the collection plate and shit? Building funds and all that bullshit. 5, African immigrant communities. Distinct from African American communities. All right. Approach high ambition, community support, educational knowledge base, aspirational culture, strong drive to succeed and elevate family status, faith-based support. Churches, mosques, and cultural associations often offer leadership and small business training. High education value, emphasis on education and knowledge as a launch pad for business or professional freedom. Remnants or diaspora capital. Many families leverage diaspora networks to start businesses from both their new country and in their country of origin. All right. Common elements across ethnic communities. Element, family involvement, how it's used. Youth often work in or start businesses with relatives. Community networks, supportive ecosystems provide. This is basically the breakdown of how they putting their shit together. So if we don't have this shit, then this is why it's not going to be thriving. You hear me? Provide capital. It says supportive ecosystems. This is the next one. Community networks, supportive ecosystems, provide capital, Provide capital, mentorship and safety nets, which means more capital for the safety net and mentorship and shit like that, training, etc. Cultural identity. Business is often tied to cultural preservation or celebration. Early exposure, hands-on learning from young ages through participation in informal ventures, street markets, vendors, fests, whatever. High expectations. Communities instill ambition and self-sufficiency as key values. They instill that shit. How this can inform Black youth entrepreneurship programs. Build community-based entrepreneurial ecosystems, similar to ethnic business networks. Create family-based business exposure models where youth can learn in a safe, culturally familiar setting. Leverage cultural identity and creativity to inspire product or service ideas. So that means don't just have them sitting on the ideas or bringing them to you and you blowing them off. You know what I mean? If they serious about it, let's get it going. Form, because if they don't, somebody else will. These other groups usually do. You feel me? Form cooperative capital access structures like savings circles or micro grants. Prioritize mentorship and intergenerational knowledge sharing. No fucking gatekeeping for no reason. All right. Parents are essential in their nourishing, this last stuff and we're out of here. Nourishing entrepreneurship in Black youth, especially when systemic barriers make outside support less accessible. Here's practical, culturally grounded guide on how Black parents, indigenous, copper tone, whatever have you, can prepare their children, star seeds, etc. for entrepreneurship, starting at home and growing outward. The number one got to be your brain and your mind. Your mindset got to change. Your brain and your mind is two different things. Instill an entrepreneurial way of thinking. Not a worker way of thinking. Encourage problem solving. When your child has a complaint or idea, ask, how would you fix it? Or could you build something for that? End quote. Praise creativity and resourcefulness, not just traditional achievement. A child who sells snacks or designs clothes should be celebrated. Watch this. Like a straight A student. Come on back with it. A child who sells snacks and designs clothes should be celebrated like a straight A student. Isn't that something? Normalize failure. Teach them that business involves trial, error, and learning, not perfection. Isn't that something? That didn't work. What will you try next? That's the next question. Number 2, teach financial literacy early. Start with the basics: allowance saving, budgeting, use real money or apps like Greenlight. So there's an app named Greenlight, whatever that is. Open a bank account or credit union account for them. Explain interest, deposits, and withdrawals. Introduce investing. Explain the stock market or buy a fractional share in a company that they like. Instead of them buying all this bullshit for them, why don't they buy them a stock share? But they gonna buy them mad Nikes and Jordans and all this bullshit, but they not gonna buy them something that's gonna get them money off of the shit that they buying. I mean, let me just get back to it. Let's get back to it. Goal: help them understand the power of money as a tool, not just something to spend. Help them understand the power of money as a tool, not just something to spend. Number 3, you need adults to understand that. Encourage small ventures. Let them experiment with real world mini businesses. Sell lemonade, crafts, t-shirts, slime or baked goods. You know, the slime stuff, the putty, slipper, whatever. Offer services, tutoring, babysitting, lawn care, art commissions. Use digital tools to launch online, Etsy, Depop, social media shops. Create Lightbulb, create a quote unquote family business night. You hear that? Quote unquote, create a family business night once a month where they pitch or plan their ideas. Create a quote unquote family business night once a month where they pitch or plan their ideas. 4, model and involve them in real business. Model and involve them in real business. If you own or operate a side hustle, bring them in. Show your planning, marketing, and finances. If not, expose them to Black entrepreneurs, local businesses, online creators, or family friends. What? But you got to be people that's actually doing doing something that's other than just working. However, they doing a crafted skill. So, like I said, other than the 9 to 5, watch business focused shows like what? Shark Tank, or documentaries on Black business leaders. Madam C.J. Walker, Damon John from Fubu. You know what I mean? I'm allowed to start season to watch that later on Damon John, etc. Number 5. Build soft skills through daily life. Entrepreneurs need leadership, communication, and self-motivation. Have them lead family projects, plan a trip, cook a meal, organizing a budget. Teach negotiations, them quote unquote pitch why they should stay up late or buy something. Let them pitch, quote unquote, why they should stay up late or buy something. Please stop calling me when I'm fucking working, man. Damn, man. I'm doing my thing. Y'all be a distraction. Encourage journaling. Matter of fact, don't worry about it. Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna put the bitch on that stir. Motherfucker's calling me right now. Do that stir real quick. Put that on. Okay. Encourage journaling, storytelling, or creating vision boards. Vision boards are amazing. I wish people would get back to do vision board parties, even for adults. Vision board parties. Number 6, invest in learning opportunities. Invest in learning opportunities. Yes, this is why Cosby be saying, y'all be wasting money on bullshit. And you are not helping your youth by giving them fucking everything. Enroll these other groups got their youth working in the business and earning it and learning it, not just giving them shit. You hear me? Enroll them in youth entrepreneurship programs, local or virtual. They have those summer camp programs, by the way, for y'all that like to get them in camps and stuff. Buy books and games focused on business and money. Attend Black-owned vendor events, pitch competitions, or business expos together. See, I wanted to put that together with, my colleagues, man, but it's a hit or miss, man. It's a hit or miss. Network and build community. Connect with other Black parents doing the same work. Form or join youth business circles or pop-up markets. Advocate at schools for entrepreneurship electives or clubs. See, they will say all them schools and them facilities should be having that shit. And all of them should have it. That should be a requirement. But anyway, recommended books for youth, for Black youth. Recommended books for Black youth. Kid Startup, Mark Cuban. Teen Entrepreneur Toolbox, Anthony O'Neill. Teen Entrepreneur Toolbox, Anthony O'Neill. Black Boy Create. Black Boy Create. The Hustle Handbook, Brandon Fleming. Start It Up, The Complete Teen Business Guide, Kenria ranking. Minding my black-owned business journal. Black Girls Rock Publishing. Black Girls Rock Publishing. All right. So there's some books or some audio books or whatever that you can grab onto to, get them rolling if you don't know how to get it started or what to do. It's too much stuff out here, B. Summary checklist for parents. All of this worker shit. Like, it's mad shit out here. It's crazy. Action. Summary checklist for parents. This is for the parents. Action. Talk about money. Examples. Budget, bank, save together. Encourage ideas. Let them pitch and plan at home. Buy from black businesses. Visit and discuss the experience. Celebrate effort, not just results. Celebrate effort, not just results. Reward trying or attempting. I don't like that word trying. Giving it your best shot or attempting your best attempt. You know what I mean? Even if it fails. Expose them to role models. That means people that are already doing it at whatever level. All right. YouTube, Instagram, or local mentors. That's what I was saying in the comments earlier. Look it up. Is this out here, fam? Like, you got to be under something. It's out here. Create a mini business challenge, monthly family pitch contest, or pop-up. Stay involved. But you notice the first thing they said was mindset. So if your brain and your mind ain't right, then this is not even your cup of tea, cup of juice, whatever. Attend their events, provide structure and support. All right, last thing and we out of here. Teaching Black youth financial literacy and discipline is one of the most empowering investments. It says start with the mind. So this is a basic review and we out. Start with the mindset. Money is a tool, not a goal. Teach youth that money isn't just for spending. It's for building. Money isn't just for spending. You got to teach adults this shit. Ain't it, man? God damn. Woo. It's for building. Shift from consumer to creator. That's an excellent one right there. Shift from consumer to creator. Talk about how money can be used to invest, build businesses, or help the community. Connect money to legacy. Emphasize how financial knowledge creates generational wealth. We're not just making money, we're building something that lasts. End quote. Number 2, make money concepts real, not abstract. In parentheses. Activities by age. This is by age. They even give you this. They give you this. 6 to 10. Play store. Use piggy banks, or whatever, jars or whatever. Count coins. Give allowance for chores. 11 to 14. I know I got allowance and all of that. I was doing the grass cutting and hustles out, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Budget a birthday party. 11 to 14. Budget a birthday party. Open a savings account. Sell something. You feel me? This is at 11 to 14. This is what they should be doing. 15 to 18. Set up a debit card. So something like this should be a no-brainer for most. You know what I'm saying? Set up a debit card or build a mock budget. Track expenses in an app. All right. Use cash in real life examples. Give a $10 bill and ask, how would you split this between save, spend, give, and invest? All right. Number 3, teach core financial literacy skills. Topics to cover. Number 1, budgeting. Use the 50-30-20 rule. Needs, wants, saving. You hear that? Needs, wants, saving. I would reverse that, but yeah. But do your thing. Do what you do. I would do the savings first, put it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Put that nest egg up, you know what I mean? And then get the needs, and then the wants last, you know what I mean? I mean, get your wants first, but man, it just depends on the wants. If the wants is making you financially fucked up, then you know what I mean? So anyway, Number two, savings. Set a goal. $100 sneaker goal. Just for example, track progress visibly. Spending wisely. Compare prices. Avoid impulse buys. Credit and debit. Explain interest, credit scores, and quote unquote buy now, pay later traps. Investing. Teach compound interest with visuals or apps. Teach compound interest with visuals or apps. Taxes and income. Show paycheck deductions and what taxes pay for. You know what I mean? So I don't even, anyway. Banking tools. How checking, savings, and online apps work. Number four, use culturally relevant tools and apps, such as Greenlight. That's a debit card plus savings. It has Greenlight, debit card plus savings, goals plus investing. Goal setter, Black-owned, kid-friendly financial education. Goal setter. Busy Kid, earn money for chores invested. This is called, these are the apps now, so don't say the shit ain't out here. And the Cosmic Mind UV ain't bring it to you. Now I don't know and shit. All right, Acorns Early. These are the apps. Acorns Early. Parents invest small amounts for children. Games. Cash Flow for Children by Rich Dad. Cash Flow for children or kids. It's gonna say kids, but Monopoly, classic for real estate and negotiations. Banza, financial literacy card game. That's a Black created. Banza, BANZA. So I'm gonna look that up. Financial literacy card game, Black created. Black Wall Street, the board game. I gotta get that too. Based on Tulsa history. Black Wall Street, the board game, based on Tulsa history. Everybody should have that shit. You know what I'm saying? That should be just a mandatory. Y'all go do that Christmas shit, you should be giving them that. You know what I mean? Real shit. You do birthdays and all this bullshit, you should be giving them something that's going to empower them to get to the next level. Wasting all this dumbass money. All right. Build discipline through practice. This delayed gratification. Build discipline through practice. Delayed gratification. Challenges. Delayed gratification challenges. Have them wait 7 days before making a big purchase. Journal why they want it. This is great stuff. Quote, pay yourself first, end quote. Rule, pay yourself rule, end quote. Every dollar earned, allowance, birthday, gig, etc., must have a portion saved or invested first. See, most of you know what I'm saying? Are y'all doing any of this shit? Or is it just everybody want to keep arguing with Cosmic all? A lot of people want to argue with Cosmic all day. I'm just saying, in order for us to do this generational wealth and all this other shit we keep talking about, is shit that's got to be put in place. Savings match program. For every dollar they save, match a percentage to motivate consistency. Isn't that something? Create visual trackers or money jars for savings goals. Number 6, involve them in family finances. Show them real bills. Parentheses, without overwhelming them, in parentheses. Let them help budget for groceries or a family outing. Plan a family vacation and have them research budget or price compare activities. Discuss household goals, e.g., we're saving for a home/college. Here's how it works. Number 7, connect money with community and legacy. Teach about Black economic history, Tulsa, Black-owned banks, cooperatives, economics, etc. Encourage supporting Black-owned businesses. Teach them to be intentional customers. You got to teach grown motherfuckers to do that. Introduce philanthropy. Let them choose a cause to donate to, e.g., youth sports, community gardens, etc. When we manage our money, we create power, not just for ourselves, but for our people. Number 8, end quote. Use storytelling and mentorship. Share your own business lessons, if you even have any, wins and mistakes. Invite Black financial professionals, bankers, accountants. I got accountant homies, but I don't know if they're gonna be on board or not, fam. Business owners, etc., to talk to your children or students. I wanted to goddamn get an event together. You know what I mean? We could do this, you know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? All right, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just keep on seeing what's going on. Because the one that got it don't seem like I don't know. You know what I mean? Use YouTube, or because we could do a virtual event. It don't got to be in person. You know what I mean? Anyway, use YouTube or TikTok educators like Earn Your Leisure. Salute to them. The Budgetnista, Tiffany, whatever shorty name is, the Budgetnista, Jewel Tankard, and Teen Financial Freedom at Teen Financial Freedom. All right. Bonus free curriculum and programs. Operation Hope, banking on our future. These are the programs. Operation Hope. We got this next one. NFTE, Network for Teaching Entrepreneurship. NFTE, Networking for Teaching Entrepreneurship. Junior Achievement, BizTown. Junior Achievement, BizTown. Black Wall Street app. History plus economics. That's the app. They got the app. I'm gonna get that app myself. Dave Ramsey's teen curriculum. That's faith-based. So if you into that type of stuff. All right. Summary. Parent action list. Talk about money weekly. How? Money talk Fridays. Budget, goals, lessons. Create savings, spending rules, 10% giving, 20% saving, 70% spending. Use Black-owned tools and examples, apps, books, businesses, speakers. Let them earn plus manage money. Allowance, chores, side hustles. Make money fun. Games, challenges, competitions. Track progress visually. Thermometers, jars, Snickers, whiteboards, etc. So, all right, y'all, man. I gotta go. I'm about to do this live once I got them charge my phone up, man. And hopefully this did something for you. Hopefully it's got some type of elevation for you. Make sure you donate. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you put your notifications on. So we pop out again. We got some shows coming up with Star. We got some other interviews coming up. I got a couple of interviews myself coming up. You know what I mean? Where people will interview me and we'll have you on their show, whatever have you. So make sure you look out for Star show Who You With Wednesdays coming up this week. You see what I'm saying? It's part 2 with Nova. So make sure you check that out. That's gonna be on the book. And yeah. And guess what?